Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. So, my hair wants to stick up today, but that's all right. How are y'all? How are you? How's everyone? Welcome to Adventures with Roxanne. And today, it's just, I've got my dinner cooked. I'll get out Candy. My Candy said she'd like to have my dinner, but she's not getting it. Cooked a Cornish hen the other day, and I had half of it left, so having Cornish hen tonight and some cornbread and some squash dressing. And that's my dinner. And gravy, packaged gravy. I could make homemade gravy, but I didn't today. So welcome whoever's here. I know I got a lurker. Hey lurker, are you coming in, coming out? Whatever, I don't care. It is a wonderful day. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos today on Disney. I found a guy named Adam Hatch. I don't know him. I just liked his videos because he was in Disneyland Tokyo. I got big dreams, big dreams someday to go to do, and I want to go to Disneyland Tokyo, Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Hong Kong, Disneyland. There's another one, and then there's besides Florida. There's Florida. There's California. I want to travel the world. And someday I'm going to travel the world. I might not travel every year, but I'm going to travel one day. One day I'm going to go to a Disneyland that's not in the U.S., put it that way. I was 17 or 8. I was either a senior, I was either 16 or 18 when I went to Disney. I don't remember if I was 16 or 18. I went with the church group. So I do know in 1977 when Elvis Presley died, where I was at that summer, we were at had went on a trip to Arkansas with the church choir, and our church choir youth director, music director, his kids were staying with his parents, and they lived in Knoxville, Tennessee, and so when we were going to pick up the kids coming back from our trip, one of the little girls on the bus said, "Hey, let's go see Elvis Presley. Let's go to Elvis Presley's place. It's not but 20 minutes, Well, he agreed because it was only 20 minutes out of the way, but not really. We had a blast. We got there. And he was not there. He was there in his house, but he wouldn't come out. The security guard or his friend or whoever came out and said that Elvis is not coming out today. He usually came out and sing if he was at home, not on tour or not doing, his personal stuff, he would come out and sing with the church choirs. And we were a youth church choir. But he didn't come out. And that was the day before he died. We got home that day, night, and I got up the next morning. My mom called me and says, "Do you have the radio on?" I said, "No, Mom, I don't." "Do you have the TV on?" I said, "No, why? What's wrong?" She said, "Go turn on the TV." I said, "Why?" She said, "Elvis Presley died." Oh, that was the saddest day of my life. I said, "Elvis, if you'd only come out of your house, would you be here today?" I said that years later down the road, and I hear a little voice saying, "No, honey. No, darling. I was already gone." So, he was already gone. So, anyway, that's all right. So, we're going to have I ate half of a Cornish hen the other day, and I'm eating the other half today. So, what are y'all eating? What are y'all doing today? Anybody? Anything from anyone? So, yeah. No, I had a whole bag of squash in the freezer. And I had a thing of cornbread mix. So I made some cornbread. Took a piece of bread. After the cornbread got done, I just took a hamburger bun that was getting stale and put it in with the cornbread mix. And the dressing and the juices from the Cornish hen and a little bit of broth, chicken broth. Mix that all up with a little bit of poultry seasoning, a couple of eggs. Mixed it all up. And also put a can of creamy chicken soup in there. And I got cornbread. I got dressing. That's what I call my dressing. Now, yeah, if you're gonna put squash in it, and you don't want people to know what's in there, I have my little hand bronze chopper thing. I put the squash in there because it was frozen and it was cooked enough, and I pureed it in there along with the cornbread and the bread, and pureed it and added chicken broth. Oh, it's so good. Mm-hmm. Now, this batch is not as good as dressings I've had made before, but it's still good. So I'm glad people are out here watching. Thanks for coming to my lives. It's, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. So, yeah. And I'm drinking this water. Oh, my friend Michael Ann's here. She remembered to set her clock.
No, I've been here. It was me lurking.
I figured it was.
I was just trying to get myself together here.
Yeah. I didn't really have anything planned this week. And I was going to plan something yesterday. I got lazy. But then I was reading Facebook and found out my aunt died. And
no, sorry about that.
Yeah. But I don't know if anyone have these dreams. If my family's listening, I don't care. But I had a dream about a lady dying in the hospital. And when I found out she died in the hospital yesterday of a heart attack from blood clots she had in her lungs, yeah, I said, it's not as hard. I don't know why I get these dreams. I don't know I'm dreaming them until it comes true. So, no, but I decided I'd make a little dressing today. And I think I got too much white bread in it, but it's still good. It's not like the last one I made.
I did a chicken last night.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't much bigger than a Cornish hen. It fed 3 of us.
Well, yeah, I bought the Cornish hens when they were on sale at Christmas time. If it's just one person and you don't want to cook a big turkey, cook a Cornish hen. They're usually 2 for something in the U.S.
I'm not sure how big this one was, but
right.
It's getting to the end of the month and the cupboards are getting bare. It's like, what's in the freezer? There's a little chicken. There's a big pack of pork chops that my son's girlfriend had taken out because she was moving something around and accidentally poked a hole in the wrapping, so she took it out so that they wouldn't get dry out in the freezer. So that's tonight's dinner later.
Sounds like fun. I started to get out that, and I realized when I went out, Candy had to go get her shots this week, and I decided I'd go across about 2 blocks down and across to the Chinese place. I hadn't eaten there in about 10 years because it's not great. And my friend said, oh, it's wonderful. I went there last week. Well, it didn't give me any stomach troubles, but I won't go again. It's not the best food. I said, well, the one that I does like, it gives me stomach trouble, but I go eat it because it's. But the one that the food was kind of not the best, I had no trouble with it.
I made myself some gluten-free spaghetti with just some butter on it.
Yeah.
Till it tied me over because my son's working till 10:30, 11 probably.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it'll be after 11 because he's in charge today.
Oh.
Or the senior one there today, so.
So y'all wait and eat after he gets home together.
Yeah. What are
Or
you
try
doing?
to eat together.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook pork chops and potatoes and carrots. I'm not gonna make it now and make him reheat it, so I'll cook it later.
Mm-hmm.
I had leftover mashed potatoes from last night for brunch, and then I just had some pasta. Not low carb food, but gluten free.
Right. So, no. But I've been, let's see, what else did I do today? Well, I cleaned off my counter yesterday, put the dishes away, swept the floor. Well, I call it swept the floor. Somebody say you probably didn't do a good job. Probably didn't. So I swept at it, got up the big stuff. So, and the guy's coming back, and it'll be 2 weeks to finish the kitchen. To start finishing the kitchen.
Nice.
It's going to take him it's going to take him more than 1 day, to do the black splash. And then he's got to paint the countertop that I got here. But he's got to use stain, and that you're supposed to put that on and then wait 6 hours later and put it on again,
Mm-hmm.
So at least I know, because I called him this week just to touch bases, and he called me right back. I said, wow, when you call those other people that were here, you might get a call next week, or they might show up next year. They were just so slow.
Next week, next month.
Yes. And so I told him I was going off. I'd be back on the 10th or the 9th. I'll be back that Sunday, the 9th, I think it is. And he said, okay, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be back on the 9th. And he said he'd show up 1 day the week of the 10th. He's painting a condo right now in Atlanta. He's doing mine one project at a time. And at least he's telling me he's coming back. He's not pulling me by the string. So when he said he's coming, he said 9 o'clock the other day, when he came, he was here at 9 o'clock on the dot.
Nice.
Yeah. Man, because I had to scramble to get my shoes on. Because I'm thinking, oh, everybody else is late. I understand 5. He said, no, he said, this is my job. When I tell somebody I'm going to start at 10, 9, 8, 7, whatever, he said, that's the time I show up. He said, because that's my job. So I liked it.
Sounds like you got a good one this time.
I think so. And I'm not questioning him or asking him how much the next project's going to cost. I'm just paying him. Because if I ask and get too worried about it, I might not do it, So I'm just, whatever he says, he's getting the money for it. Because I've already paid twice, I think, for some of it, which is not good at all. Mm-mm. Nope.
I decided, well, I think I told you about the fallout I had last week.
Yeah, with your Canadian friends.
Yeah, so I had Christmas presents wrapped up and on a shelf, so I just kind of went and took them all apart the other day. So
yeah.
There was a puzzle. It's called Mountain Mist. I got it at the dollar store.
Mountain Mist?
Yep. It's through the mountains, and then it's just kind of fog in there, and then there's a house back in here.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. 1,000 pieces. It's a huge puzzle. So I've been working on it. It's like I've been wanting to get a puzzle for a while. It's like, yeah, screw it.
I don't blame you.
Well, it was for the one person that is talking to me, but the more I looked at it, I was like, she says it's too hard to do, and it is challenging. So it's like, I'll give her the other box of stuff, and the other people's stuff I just put aside. Well, some of it was stuff I made, like the Christmas pepper jelly and taco seasoning and stuff like that. And then there's a few other little things with it, and it's like, nope, too bad. Put the pepper jelly in the pantry. Put the taco seasoning. I dumped into my big jar of taco seasoning, and it's like, screw it.
That would be me. I had a phone call from my brother this week, and some of y'all may know he asked for money last week. Well, on the 15th. That would have been my husband's birthday, so I said, in the honor of James, I'll give you the $130 to get your car fixed. Well, I don't know if it's that day or the next day, but his car broke down on him after he had it as alignment. And the car is $3,700 to get it fixed. Of course, he calls me, and I said, I told her yesterday no. My brother's friend called and talked to me, and I told her, I said, no. I said, I have got to finish paying off having this house done, and I paid more than I should have already, I've got to repay to have some of it done or finished, because I paid people to do the backsplash. They didn't do it, because they said that wasn't part of the agreement. And I said, yeah, it was, but now I'm having to pay somebody else. Well, she texted me today and said, well, we've got all but $1,400. Can you help out that way? And I told her, no. I said, I did tell her I'm going on a couple of trips, but they're not anything big. They're not anything out of Georgia. Well, one's in, Helen's in Georgia, Georgia. So I'm not going out of Georgia. So, but it's really not their business, how I spend my money. So I hope my brother gets the money, but I just can't do it. Now, I did get a thing today, and I think it's a scam. So his name is Brian Christopher. He's a YouTuber and gambler. And he had a thing on his page yesterday. Would you rather have $1,000 just for you or $2,000 to share? And of course, everybody says $2,000, so that way you get $1,000 and your friend gets $1,000. Well, today it said I won, but I think it's a scam because I don't think that's his page after,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, unless he personally contacts me, I don't think I won $2,000. So I said if I did win it and it was true, I'd share the $1,000 with my brother. Or I wouldn't tell him at all and share it with another friend. I don't know,
I got a thing. Was it yesterday or day before? Through Messenger on my Michael Ann Spoiled Mama Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposedly from, and the name sounded like a Russian name.
Yeah.
It said that she was from Meta, and there was, I don't know, privacy things or something, or it wasn't copyright. Some kind of violation against their blah, 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 and they were going to shut down my Facebook page.
Huh?
Not my personal one, my Michael Ann Spoiled Mama one. Is like, well, number one, I don't know how you could get that. I didn't respond to her. I'm just looking into stuff in there. It's like, number one, I don't know how to say it was something that was against their policies. I haven't posted anything on that page since July. And I went on and I just kind of looked at, you know what? Screw it. I'll go with M1 better. I deactivated the page. I don't care if you take that one away. Just don't touch my personal one. they were like, whatever.
Yeah, I also got in the mail the other day. I do contests. And I thought, okay. Without showing it's a Visa card. But I thought, well, and I got to looking at it today because I did get one that's in my pocketbook that I won $20 from. And I said, I thought this was a $20 one. No, I get the paperwork and start looking at it, and it's a bank, a Visa bank card, but no bank I've ever heard of. Now it's something new out there. NetSpend. And I thought, how in the world did I get on this NetSpend? I'm glad I didn't started doing the activation thinking I was going to see how much money was on it. It's a debit card. I got to put money on it myself. I had to read the fine print. And I said, no, I don't need it. No.
I used to have it was a MasterCard, but it was a prepaid one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, no, thanks. It expired in May 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I think, or no, 2023. I was like, nah, that's fine. I can go without a credit card. I don't need a credit card.
Right.
I did my first cruise without a credit card. Actually, I did this last one without a credit card too. I took cash.
Yeah.
If I didn't have the cash for it, I didn't get it. And I did just fine.
Right. Is my banner showing up? Because I don't see it.
Nope. There it is.
Okay. That's the one I'm using this week until I go. So, but no, the credit card, the reason I was saying all that is the lady who does my taxes, my brother's friend, and I'm not giving them any money. She said she would pay me back. I said, why do you have to pay my brother's money back, But she does my taxes. And we were talking about, I'm trying to get monetized. I monetize, but I don't make any money. She said, I can't take any of it off. I said, well, I've been listening to other YouTubers and you still can take stuff off. So she was going to do some more research and she's thinking I can take my stuff off. And, but if I don't make any money in 3 years, then we can't do it anymore. They will call it a hobby. So we're going to do that Friday. I think Friday she's coming over. We're going to figure out how to do all that and go through my bank statements and my credit card statements to find all the things I had spent on my trips. So I can't take the cruise trip off at all. She said, what about food? I said, it was all paid for. I said, only thing I ate was the t-shirt. This ain't one of them, but I got t-shirts. And I said, you can't take souvenirs off, not unless you're sponsored by that company. And so I said, no. So we're hoping we can get it set up where I can do that. So, no. Anyway. But then I'm got a text today from the person picking me up, and it's going to be so much fun. They'll tell me to turn the red light on. I said, okay. He said, make sure you have your light turned on. I said, okay. When I started this YouTube thing, I wasn't thinking of the song Roxanne. My dad wanted me named Roxanne. My mom wanted me Roxy Ann. And so now, just about every time I go somewhere and they see my adventures with Roxanne, that someone has to sing.
Roxanne.
Yeah. And I don't really know the whole song. I don't care to, but it's kind of funny. So, but I've been looking at YouTube videos of Disney, and I said, I said, in the next couple of years, I'm going to one of the Disney parks. If I have to pay it off a little at a time, I'm going to a Disney park one day.
Well, hopefully next year I can go somewhere. I don't know where yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Michigan meetup in September, but which is only 2 hours away. But
Right.
no, hopefully, sometime late next year, something, maybe a bigger trip or something. I don't know. And we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I was talking to V, our friend, yesterday. I had a reading, and her name came up in the reading, and that and Canada came up, and we're at Niagara Falls on the Maid of the Mist of the whatever it's called.
Maid of the Mist?
Maid of the Mist, yeah.
Or whatever the Canadian one's called. The American one's called Maid of the Mist. I forget what the Canadian one's called. But used to both be called it.
He said, I said, where am I? He said, Canada, with somebody named Vi or V, and I said, how about V? Yeah, because I saw a VIE. You know how her name is pronounced wrong. So we talked yesterday for a little bit, but they're looking into cruises going out of closer to Canada. And that way they can drive over and save the money. Save the airline fees.
Yeah, so the closer ones to here would be either New York or Virginia, I think is the other one.
Yeah, there's one in Virginia, one in New York. Yeah, they were looking at they were still looking in Florida, but they were looking Jacksonville because she said that the airfare to go into other places were cheaper, and I said, well, there is a cruise port in Savannah, Georgia, but I think it's more or less a shipping cruise port for shipping out stuff.
I have not heard of any cruise lines that go out of there.
Now, someone said there was a river cruise going on there, but I haven't heard of it either. But she said they would check into it if there's anything. I said, I haven't heard, but that is a future thing. I think that they want to do.
How far down is Tampa? I cannot see. Excuse my back.
That's all right.
Tampa's about halfway.
Yeah. Yeah, but she said if we went out of New York or Virginia, she said that for y'all it'd be about 10-hour drive.
Unplug my ring light before I knock it over. It'll be a little longer with them driving because they make frequent stops, but.
Now, I don't know if she meant with those frequent stops at 10 hours or
Yeah, let's see.
But I told her if they found something, just let me know. Because for me, I'm in the number one airport to go anywhere.
11 and a half from their place to Norfolk, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Norfolk? How do they say it? They don't really say folk. F-O-L-K. There's
Norfolk.
And a little over 8 hours to New York.
Okay.
From their place.
That's not bad. So, but I was watching the guy from go to Tokyo, and he was gone 6 days. It's cheaper. Tokyo Disney is cheaper than the U.S. Disney's, and their merchandise is cheaper. But the main problem is how much does it cost to go from here to there?
That's quite a ways from.
And yeah,
around there.
and the hotels, he said, are cheaper than Paris.
They're probably tiny.
No, it was a nice Disney hotel.
Oh.
It's still expensive, but cheaper than the U.S. and Paris, but still expensive. Was the way he put it. So I said, still, if I go over there, I've been thinking I want to do more than just Disney, but he just went over there for he's never been to Paris, never been to Tokyo before. He just went over there, flew in, got off and took the train, got off the stop, got on the other train, and went right on in to, Tokyo. Now you can take it's like a Uber, but they don't call it that over there, something else. He said that taking that is a little more expensive, but if you don't want to worry about after you at the train station, because you have to get out of that train station, cross the street to get back into the other train. He said that was the only problem I was thinking I was going to have was I going to find it. But he said everything's marked in English and Japanese. So, but if I went, I would not want to take the train only because same reason. I'd be afraid I wouldn't find where I was going.
It's one place I would be afraid of getting lost. There's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. But after watching some of these YouTubers that go just to Disney, that's all they're doing. And I said, do I have to go there to see this side of the country, other stuff, if I just want to go to Disney? So, I got some thinking to do about it, but because if you like it, he didn't go to Tokyo. He said, if I like it, the next time I come, I might take a day and go into the city. Where everybody stays that doesn't pay the prices in Tokyo to go to Disneyland and Disney Seas. But the Disney Seas and Disneyland over there is a more vibrant, beautiful colors. I don't know what it is, but it's just I call it was one beautiful, beautiful. So. But no, he stayed in the hotel that represents Woody and Toy Store Hotel. He stayed in that one and he stayed at another one. He stayed at two. It was wonderful. Yeah, one of them he stayed at only because he had to come in a day early because his flight and the other airline got canceled. So he had to re-scramble a month before his leaving, and he found a flight with I think Japan Airways, and he went out that way. And then he got the hotel he was staying at the next day. They had an opening, but it was in the more expensive side. But he took it. He said, once in a lifetime opportunity. He said, but after he got through with all his series, it was a 3 or 4 part series. He said that I will be back. And he wore the hat that he bought in Tokyo in Florida, because he went to Florida about 3 weeks later. Because he's on, right now, they're probably just getting off. They were on the Disney Treasures cruise ship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he wore his hat. But they went and spent 3 days in Disney and Epcot and Universal. They spent 3 days doing that. And he had a hat from Tokyo Disney. And everybody wanted to know where he got his hat.
What shop did you get that at? Just one just a little over the pond there.
Yeah.
The big pond.
Everybody's going Tokyo Disney, and he told them the price that it would be in US, and they were all like, when can we go? When's the next Disney? So I'm gonna see how much it would cost to go over there. Might be too expensive, might not be. Might be find a good deal and just take off. I'd call it my once in a lifetime trip, probably too, but
Yeah.
I do know I watch Ron on the Go, who goes to Disney, and he goes to Japan twice a year. He went to Japan last time when he was supposed to be in California. He was in California, spent the day, and he's one of those that spur of the moment get another room. Well, the room had jumped up in $200. He looked online and found a I think he said $400 trip from California to Japan for what he was going to pay for 2 more nights in California. He spent 4 days in Japan.
It's a long way to go for 4 days.
Yeah, he was over there 4 or 5 days, and he had a blast. He does it. Yeah.
It's like, let me just zip across the country for the weekend.
Yeah. This weekend, past week, one of our friends, Ralphie, he called up Darian. Darian, I'm at the airport. Can you pick me up? Darian said, I got people at the coming to the house tonight, and there's nowhere for you to sleep. His daughter or son, one of them was having their friends over. He said, I've already got my hotel. I just thought you might want to come because they're best buds. And so they met up for dinner, and then he took him to his hotel. And he spent Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Disney, and then went back home. I said, yeah, if I didn't have my candy right here and I had all the money in the world, I'd probably just take off sometimes, spur of the moment, take off. I'll be calling Michael Ann. I'm at the airport, pick me up.
So I don't want to win a big lottery. Just enough for me to, I want to pay a couple people back, pay off another person, of which I'm already almost got them paid off, getting there, and I'll take a few trips.
Yeah.
If I got a little bit more, I'd give some to my kids too.
Yep. I enter contest every day. And so I'm still waiting on the Heineken contest. I do not know if I got the email and lost it, because I can't find it. So I'm going to have to email Heineken again. And you're thinking, yeah, you just email Heineken. Well, that's not the easy thing to do because Heineken has more than one division in their company. And so I don't know which one I want it out of. So I'm just going to have to email and find out if they get back with me and tell me, yeah, you want it from this place, It just said merchandise, and I thought it would show up in the mail, but I don't know. So I'm watching my emails more closely now. Even when I think it's spam, I'm opening it because you never know.
Be careful of that.
Yeah. The one from the $20 I won from, what's the name of the company? It's right here. It's a $20 gift card. Newport is cigarettes. And so they told me online that look for so-and-so email when I called them about it. Well, the email I got was not the email address they told me online. But it came in the mail today. So I have $20 to spend on a MasterCard, I think it is. It's a credit card, prepaid gift card.
Yep.
So I'll spend that between now and who knows. So
You saw my emails. I haven't checked mine today.
yeah. I needed to go to the store, but I wanted to get some fresh squash. But when I found one pack in the freezer, I said I'm not going out. Almost out of orange juice. But I mean, I could go 3 or 4 days without drinking any. And I'm leaving on Thursday. So I said, do I want to just make what little bit I've got left last me till then, or do I go to the store later? That kind of stuff will keep,
Yeah.
I just don't want to go stock up on a bunch of stuff. Even though it's only going to be 3 days, I just don't want to stock up on a bunch of stuff. So,
And I try to make the stuff last until Thursday or Friday. I might go tomorrow.
right?
My money don't come till Friday, but I also got a stupid election tomorrow. Provincial election that our premier called. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I got a birthday card. I got a mail to the little girl I used to babysit. I got my live to get ready for tomorrow. I should might do that tonight.
Yeah. Can you mail the card from your house and let the postman pick it up, or do you have to actually?
No, I'm gonna mail it, but I'm gonna go where I have to go over to the school over there to vote. There's a mailbox just across the road, so I can do that when I go over there.
Yeah.
Her birthday's not until the 4th, but I better get it in the mail so it gets there.
Is she still in Canada somewhere?
Yeah, they used to be like the first building, 2 buildings down. Her dad used to be maintenance over one of the maintenance guys for the complex.
Mm-hmm.
When it was the other company that owned it, but we won't talk about this one because they're ticking me off. But no, her parents bought a house, so probably like a 5-minute drive if I had a vehicle, or probably a 20 to 30-minute walk. But I don't feel like walking that far.
No.
So that I know their new address, so I'll just surprise her and she'll get something in the mail.
Right.
I really can't get her anything, but she used to like stickers, so I put a bunch of stickers in the card.
Yeah, I was watching the dumpster driver today. I don't know how old his videos are. It's called the Dumpster King. They just started showing up on my Facebook. But he must have got 50 packs of stickers out of there today from a Hallmark dumpster. Now, we don't have a Hallmark in my town anymore. I don't know if there's many left or not. But he said it came out of the Hallmark store.
It's amazing what people or businesses throw out.
Yeah, I don't know where he's living or where he is at, but every time a video of his come up, it's brand new boxes of stuff. I don't know if it's a discount store getting it in or what, but he said every week I come here and I find boxes and boxes and boxes. I don't know what he does with it. He did say his garage was getting too full.
So ridiculous.
I don't know.
Companies produce that, the stores get them in, and then, it doesn't sell. We'll throw them in the garbage. Well, then it goes to a landfill.
Right.
How environmentally friendly is that?
That's what I said. Now, I watch another guy from Australia, and he only takes what he can use or donate. So he's had people write, you left half of it in the dumpster. He said, if I can't use it, I'm not going to let it sit around my house and collect dust, you know?
You know, it never knows another dumpster diver might come along after them.
Yeah, he's been to some and he said, okay, they did get everything out because he's coming back the next day. So, yeah. But that would be me. I'd want to save it all, but if you don't have room for it, you can't take it. Uh, but it's just odd how he finds all these about all those stickers of all kinds, and they were marked stickers. If you go into a Hallmark store or a card stock store, it's not like Walmart stickers that are like $3. You know, these were like $7.99, $8.99.
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
Like,
So
why not mark them down to like 10 cents a piece or something, or 25 cents a piece, and put them on sale? In our mall, we have a Hallmark store, not a big one, but you know, every so often there's sales and stuff. And they put a table out just out front where they could actually see it. And that, I know the one year I got like a pop socket for my phone for like $2.50, and they're like $15 in the stores. I was like, no, I'll grab that one for $2.50. Sure.
yeah, that would be me.
And mark it down really, really cheap. Like,
I'm a sales rack person. You know, I go to the sales racks before I go to the regular racks.
me too. What's
Yeah.
on the clearance?
Now, sometimes our belts will have not on clearance, but you go to the regular rack because it's going to have a 50 or 60% off. Stream Leaf, who was that? Cheap viewer on streamboom.com. Remove display advertisement to come to another place. I never heard of Stream Boo. But
that must come through one of the other
yeah,
things. I don't see it on.
It came through Twitch. But welcome if you're still here. No. Anyway, that was a good dinner. I didn't cook any potatoes with it. I didn't cook any green beans. Okay. I had a vegetable inside my dressing, which is not a lot because I didn't have a lot of squash. I thought I had a bigger one, but I've used them all, so I just didn't want to go to the store and get a big container, big thing of get 3 or 4 squash. That's all I needed. Because if I went to the grocery store, I would have bought more, tempted to buy more, and I didn't need it. So I said, well, last time I said I didn't need anything that much. I just went up to the local Dollar General to get my glue and my poster board. But that was the nastiest place I'd seen in a long time. The freezer case, the milk case was bad, but they started selling vegetables. And I thought, well, that's less than a mile from the house. I'll run up there. But then I remembered in my head how nasty the store was. I said, I don't think I want to go in there. Or I could have went a little bit further to, actually, the closest grocery store is too expensive. The next closest grocery store is the Spanish grocery store. And I said, I could have went into the Spanish grocery store. And that way I buy less because I don't know if it's like in your town, but the Spanish grocery stores are not that big. But this one has a meat case. They even had Mexican food in there to sell to eat as they cook. But I said, nah, I'm just going to use what I got. I could have used a little more, but I may do.
So we don't have a Spanish one. I know we have a Dutch market and we have a Taste of Britain. We used to have an international market, but that one closed not too long ago.
Wow. But I mean, if you don't have, if you don't want to go to a regular name brand grocery store, go to the little small ones, and you might save some money just because you're going to go after one. You know, I was going after squash, and I said squash probably wouldn't have been that much. Might have been a little more than the regular Kroger or Walmart groceries, but I wouldn't have been so tempted because when I go into there, I'm going to look at everything but the right thing. When I went last time I went to Aldi's, I put back some of the stuff because I says, why? You know, I don't need this. Why? Yeah, I like looking at the what they call the aisle of shame, the clothes and stuff. And so,
It's real tempting. It's like, oh, I really want this. Do I really need it? Probably not.
well, I had another set of sheets there, and I said if I go back and they're marked down, I might buy them. They're only $14.99, but I'd already bought a set. I said, why was I buying it? Just because it was on sale, so I put them back. It's the color I wanted, but I put them back. I said, no, I can't keep doing that. I can't keep, you know, because it used to be I could get away with $100 for two people at the grocery store. That would last, you know, a week or two, week and a half, or longer sometimes, depending on what I bought. But now I can go in and just get my basics, and it's $100 for me.
Oh, no kidding. Like, the last time I went to the grocery store, I think I spent about 35 or $36, I think.
Right.
And it all fit in my backpack. I didn't need to
Yeah.
have a second bag. It all fit in my backpack. And it's like, or another time I went, I think I got like 90 something dollars one time. And it filled my backpack and one large bag. And I was like, this is crazy.
Yep. I know occasionally I do get a splurge on something that I've never tried or that I'm going to buy once in a while. But I forgot what I put back last time. I know I put the sheets back, but I put something else back. When I put those two things back, that brought it down another $25. So
Crazy.
you just have to budget. I mean, I don't budget, but I do, you know, impulse. Eat before you go to the grocery store.
I try to budget, but there's sometimes there's this little quote that's like, I'm being so good, and it's like, I got a little extra money this time. I'm just gonna grab a couple of these. Next thing you know, it's like walking to went to $2 stores, spent 30 something in one and 20 something in another. It's like I can't go into the dollar store without spending at least $20. Most times 30 or more.
Yeah.
Well, Dollarama, anything, it can be anywhere from $1. Well, I don't think anything's $1. Well, some of the chocolate bars are like 91 cents, but most things are $1.25 or $1.50 and up to $5.
Right.
It's not the same thing at Dollar Tree here. It can be anywhere from $1.50 to $5.
Hey, Scott. Scott Smith, driving and listening. Welcome, Scott. Yeah, I went the other day when I took Candy to get her shots, and she's fine and dandy. Everything's okay. And I said, well, I want lunch. So I went to the Chinese. I won't go there again. But while she was fixing my food, I said, well, right next door is Family Dollar. Not Dollar General, Family Dollar. We have two, and they're owned by the same company, but a lot of people don't know that. But anyway, I went
I
in.
didn't know that.
I went in there just to look. Well, I came out with a $1.50 candle and a $10 curtain for the bathroom. I said, well, I could go somewhere else and probably find a little something different for the bathroom curtain. But that means I'm going to a bigger store and going to probably spend more money. So I said, $10 is not bad for a curtain.
I bought a candle at Christmas time to give somebody his gift. Good thing I didn't give it because I left the price thing on it.
Yeah.
It smells good though. It's grapefruit mango.
Wow.
I like the smell of it.
Well, the one that I bought, the first one I bought when I went and got my haircut last week, I went in to get washing powders at Ollie's for washing my dishes. And so I found the little tablets that are, not in the paper, and you just put them in there. So I got those, and I've learned my lesson on. I use the strongest setting instead of the next setting down. So I'm using the strongest setting, and that tablet, I don't know what it did, but it opened it up and it cleaned them. So I said, maybe I just need, I don't know if it's just a dishwasher I bought that's not great, but I won't probably buy another countertop dishwasher when this one messes up. So
My oldest has one.
Yeah. But I forgot to look at curtains when I was in there, and I said, if I go back into Ollie's just to look at their curtains, I will be buying everything under the sun. I was going to buy a hot chocolate mix. And when I started buying the hot chocolate mix, they were the little round ones that you put in your machine. But you can open them up, just pour them in the hot milk too. That's what I did with them. But they had went up in price from the last one I bought. And I said, I've been making hot chocolate without a hot chocolate mix by using a candy bar or little pieces of chocolate candy that I have and just putting in the milk. And it satisfies me and that's what I want. And I said, why spend extra money when I still got candy I need to eat up and can turn into hot chocolate?
Go lay down, Callie.
So, yeah, what gets me at the grocery store too buying stuff is dog food has went up in price again.
I don't buy it. My son orders it, I think, off Amazon.
Yeah, what kind does he order?
It's called Crave. It's a grain-free brand.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
We found that we come to the conclusion some kind of grain is triggering allergic reaction to him because he was scratching and to the point he had little scabs and stuff and was starting to miss hair and stuff. And when did it happen? Used to buy him Purina 1. Now it has grain stuff in it, but he tried to cut corners and bought a different kind of dog food, and that's when it got worse. I think he had a little bit of scratching before that, but bought this other dog food and it got worse. And it's like, I think it's the dog food. And he turned around and bought the same dog food again, and it's like, yep, I think it's the dog food.
Yeah.
So, and then he turned around and did some research, and it's like, then he started buying this Crave stuff.
I buy the Aldi's brand. I don't know if it has any grain in it or not, but if it doesn't, it has meat as the first word. And I don't buy any dog food unless it's got meat as the first word.
Yep.
So Candy gets that. Now we bought a different one when I went to the convention back in October. It wasn't Candy's favorite. Because the guy who wouldn't take any money for it, he bought it for me. And I said, let me pay you for it, because we looked online to look at them, and I forget what, I want to say it was Rachel Ray, or it could have been Paula Dean's. I don't, it was one of them's, and it had no grain in it. But Candy didn't like it. I said, I'll go back to getting the one from Aldi's with no grain in it. No corn in it, I should say. So, and she likes it. I get her the salmon, or if they're out of the salmon, she gets the chicken.
Just go back and forth. One he's got right now is whitefish and something, and the one not the one before that, the one two before that was chicken. But sometimes you run out, and just before the the order arrives, I've gone and picked up a couple cans down the grocery store. He likes the canned stuff too. He loves the canned stuff.
Oh yeah, so does she, gets canned too.
Then I have to sit there and look at the cans and going, okay, what's the ingredients here?
I buy the Aldi's brand of Little Caesars. And someone says, who you don't know where it come from. I said, if you look at go to Aldi's, go to Little's, go to any of your other store brands, look at that one compared to the Little Caesars. It's the same dog, but they've got him darker on one picture. His hair is a different color on one picture. The cans are about the same. I said, there's not a million companies that make Little Caesars, that make the store brand. They can't be. So
I was just scratching a little bit lately, but also I don't know who bought him the treats. But I looked at them and there was grain products in with treats. But
some candies may have grain in it. The one she likes the best is a long little piece of sweet potato with wrapped around. It says chicken, wrapped around piece of chicken skin, I think. And that's the one she likes the most. Right now, she's begging to get up in my lap. She wants some more of my leftovers. She wants some more of my dinner, and she's not getting it. I gave her the fat.
I grabbed him a bag of treats when I was at the dollar store last time. I filled out 2 bags, one from each dollar store. One was liver and kelp, and the other one, and it says "Made in Canada" right on it, and it's freeze-dried chicken or whatever, whichever flavor I grabbed. I think I grabbed chicken the last one.
Right.
Really small ones. I would like to get him like bigger treats because he likes chewing on like dentist sticks and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I think the last I gave a pack of dentist sticks for Christmas, but the last package of bigger treats he got was my son got him some sweet potato slice things.
Now I do buy another one that's looks like it's called French fries, but they're not French fries. It's sweet potato and chicken, but it's pureed and then hardened into a little stick. And they're really soft. She likes those. Those come from a grocery store called Sprouts. And I don't have a Sprouts close to me, but when I do go buy one, I stop in and I get a bag of those. So I don't know what the other ingredients are, if it's really good for you or not. But I looked up what I'm buying at the 2 stores online, and they want more money for them when you buy them offline. But she gets that extra treat every once in a while. I have a private message. Let's see what my private message is. Okie dokie. But anyway, we've run the gamut of talk tonight from A to Z. We didn't go to the zoo. One day I'm going to go back to the Atlanta Zoo. It's been my daughter was probably 8, 9, probably 9th or 10th grade when we went. We went with 4-Hers. and I haven't been back to the zoo since. Because the Atlanta Zoo to me is not one of the best zoos, but they say they've improved it. I don't know if they have or they haven't. So, anyway. But, and this year I want to try to make it to Stone Mountain. That's a special place for me and my husband. That was our first date. That was also, Stone Mountain was carved by a family member of mine. I guess I'm going back probably to my eighth cousin, seventh or eighth cousin. He carved the mountain. And so I said, I haven't been there probably 15, 20 years to Stone Mountain. So I said, I want to go back. Candy can go to Stone Mountain too, but she can't go on what they call the lawn. And so the lawn is where they have this big laser show every year. So if I go, I'd have to probably leave Candy at home. So anybody want to come to Georgia in the spring, we go to, Stone Mountain. We'll go sit on the lawn and watch the laser show.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. And my brother didn't believe me when I told him that my grandmother told me it was her cousin that carved the mountain. I said, Tim, she said it was either a fourth or fifth cousin. So that would make him probably our seventh cousin or eighth cousin. I don't know how to go back and count it all to figure it out.
How many cousins, how many times removed, or whatever it is.
Yeah, but he looked it up. He said, well, he does have the last name of Faulkner. I said, yeah, he does. That's our cousin, down the line cousin. So I wish that he had put in his contract years ago for everybody to get in free in the family. I'd be going all the time. But I'd also have to prove it. So I'd have to take my grandmother, my granddad, and I never met my great granddad. I think he had passed away, but I met my great grandmother. Their last name was Faulkner, and so that's where that comes in. But those are just some things that, you can do around your hometown that if you've not been, or things closer to your home. It's about 40 minutes to Stone Mountain from my house, probably. And I hadn't been in probably 20 years, so I thought I want to go back one day.
There's a lot of things around here I'd like to do, but you get limited when you don't have a vehicle. But
yeah, you do. And I was watching our Crazy Middles yesterday. I hadn't watched them today if they've got anyone out. But they went and got groceries to go on a picnic.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
I said, I wouldn't mind. I said it last summer, and I did it once. I didn't go on a picnic. I went to the park. But I said, but Candy can't go to the park that I would like to go to, the one that's easier. The one she can go to, I don't want to take her any chances because it's a dog-friendly park, but it's not the best. It's not one of our better parks. And I said, maybe this summer when it's warm today, I could have ate outside today, but when it gets a little warmer, maybe, find somewhere to have a picnic and take Candy.
I really did some simple things when my kids were younger too. It's like we have this one park. It's called Canatera. I do have a video on it, but we went. It's huge. I forget how many acres it covers. It's got a great big huge field. There's an animal farm in there. Sometimes it has more animals than others. It has a beach right there, and so one time, we went to the animal farm and we packed a picnic lunch and we had our lunch, and then kids went and played on the beach and splashed in the lake, and it was a simple outing. But
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of simple things you can do with or without your animal, with or without your kids, if you just want to do things around your town. Like last year, we had a new amphitheater open Yeah, this is going to be the third year or second year. I don't remember, second or third year. And I never went to any of those concerts because I don't drive at night. But I said, you know what? I'm going to check into that concert list, and I may start. Some of them are free concerts, some of them you have to pay for. But I'm going to check into those concert lists, and I'm going to pick up my phone and call me an Uber, and I'm going to one of them. I know.
Sounds like she's bringing up the dirty dishes from the basement.
Oh,
I got
but
the kitchen all clean. I'm gonna prepare dinner later. It's like
I don't even know who's on the list this year for the concerts when they start. So, but I am going to definitely check it out, and I'll call an Uber and go have some fun. Because I don't have a person in my life right now that lives close enough that wants to go do things with me. And the one that was driving me, they're not coming back to my house ever again if I can help it. When they both knew that the $85 was spent that night, and her boyfriend or significant other friend or whatever he is friend couldn't, when I'm calling them for a couple of days, and he knew all along that she'd already spent the $85 and he couldn't tell me, you're involved just as much as she was. It was an accident sinned. And so, no, I've had enough. I'd rather use my Uber than having them come over and drive my car. And if I get in an accident in an Uber, it's Uber's fault, not mine.
Uber's insurance rather than your
Knock on wood, I'm not going to get in an accident. I don't want to, but
rather than her driving your car and getting in an accident, then it'd be on your insurance. If you're in an Uber and it gets in an accident,
yeah, yeah. So anyway, but that's my week, my days. So, and Friday, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be tasting. I have some more stuff I can taste, and some of it's the same stuff but different color, candy. So I don't know if I really want to taste that or just cook something. So I need some ideas on what to taste. I want to go back to the World Market, or I could just go down to our local Mexican grocery store and. But I've had Mexican candies and stuff are easier to get than it is to get the Japanese stuff. And we have a flea market 2 miles from our house. I believe it's 2. And over half of it is Hispanic. And quite a few of them have those Mexican candies for sale. And there's not really anything I like because I've tried them before. And so I said, do I want to do that? Now, I do have another market that I had forgotten about. It's not Indonesia. What is it? I want to say French, but that ain't it. I could go there and get some kind of cookies or something different. It's a little really small hole in the wall, but he has these little pastry things that got meat in them. I bought one time. It was so spicy I ate it, but I liked it, but I didn't like the heat. It was too spicy. I said, no, I won't buy another one of those.
I like spicy, but I don't like too spicy.
I want to say not Africa, but that kind of, what's another word for it? Is it Africa? That kind of food place. But he also had goat for sale there. I don't know where he gets it, but
No thanks.
no, thank you on that one. So, anybody want to send me something to taste? As long as it ain't spicy or something with seeds on it, no nuts, no seeds, I'll try it. or tell me where to go get it, or send me a gift card, and it's at so and so, and it costs so and so, and you send me the gift card, I'll go buy it, and I'll try it. So, but today was just a gossip day, have fun day, eat with y'all day. Yep. I keep saying I'm going to make my wine spritzer. That might be Friday. It might be I might get some kind of pastry and get a wine spritzer made. Because I was just watching someone from Disney, and they spent over $200 for both of them to eat at one of the restaurants. But she said it came with a wine tasting pairing with dinner. And when they got their dessert, it had wine with it. She said that was the best I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but it was the best food. But she had it would have been $300 if she'd bought that bottle of wine. And her husband's would have been $500 if she'd bought the bottle. So they're getting a pairing taste with it. And that pairing taste cost them $75. But it's also, she said, 3 or 4 days after that would have been it's their 1 year anniversary. So this was kind of like, and they had a little sample of wine with their appetizer. Then they had another kind with their next with their salad. Then they had another kind with their main meal, and then another kind with dessert. So you got 4 different kinds for $75. But
I was just counting in my in my head on my fingers.
Yeah. So I mean, Disney can be expensive back to when I started, but you're married and you're doing something special on your anniversary, go for it. Because the last special we did, trying to remember, we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and stayed on my neighbor's timeshare. We paid the extra nights because she wasn't going to use it, so we used it. $75 for an extra night. And that was the last trip that we actually did together. That was on our 40th, and we made it to 42. So, anyway.
I splurged 1 year. It was after we moved here. My youngest worked for an eatery and catering company. They had this little restaurant that was open like 4 days a week from 10:30 till 5:30. And then they did a lot of catering. So I surprised him for his birthday 1 year.
Yeah.
And had his birthday catered. I was just saying, well, I ordered your dinner. Ordered dinner for everybody. Just waiting for it to arrive. Well, his boss shows up, starts picking all the stuff. Yeah, I splurged that year. That was like $50 a person.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to count. Like, who was here? I think there was either 5 or 6 of us. So it was like $250, $300 for that meal. He didn't get a huge gift that year, but he he got a good dinner, and it was 3 courses. The main course was beef tenderloin, which is his favorite cut of meat. And then each course had a wine pairing with it. Which I'm not a big wine fan, but you only splurge once.
I'm not a big wine fan. I'll drink a wine spritzer. A wine spritzer is actually it's equal parts of wine. So it's supposed to be soda water, but I don't like soda water. So you can use Sprite, ginger ale, 7-Up, and then a fruit juice of some kind. So the best wine spritzer I had was in Germany at Wolfgang Puck's. I don't know if it was Woodgate Puck's place or that's just the name of the little town we were in, but it was on a lake, and he said, told me what it had in it. I had a choice of this or this, and so it had mango juice in it and something. Best wine spritzer I'd had. So I'm going back to Germany one day too.
I want to cruise, and the other, I also want to get back to Cuba. That's my two.
Right? Yep, I want to cruise some more. Talking to my cousin today about our aunt that died. They've been on 13 cruises. And so they're looking for 2016. They're thinking about going to Alaska. I said, let me know and I'll go out. I said, why don't we take a cousin cruise, all those that want to go? Or, she said, if we plan it in far enough time, you pay it off every month. So she said, everybody should, they should be able to go. I said, well, my brother don't have a pot to pee in. So I don't know where he's going to get the money. She said, if you do it right and you pay so much down every month and you got a little over, you get it at least a year in advance, you got plenty of time to pay for it.
And my thought was doing an Alaska cruise for my 65th birthday. And I had a couple of friends talked into it, but now they're not speaking to me, so. Oh, well.
So, yeah. I had good plans for my 61st birthday to do something that I wanted to do. My daughter said, no, we can't do that. So I changed my plans and went and did what they wanted, what both of us wanted to do. But then she turned ugly, and I said, I'm not doing my birthdays with them again. I'm doing what I want. They can like it or lump it. I'll invite them. If they say no, they say no. I'm not going to bend over backwards and change them. So this year, me and Candy's going on my birthday together. Going to a spiritual convention.
I haven't figured that this far in advance what I want to do. My 59th, I did what I wanted to do with two of my friends. The other two backed out. One said it was too far to drive. But then last year we drove further for her birthday. Okay. And the other one came later, met us up at the restaurant, and spent time with her dad instead. But
right.
I wanted to go. There's a conservation area and it has a beautiful waterfall, and I wanted to go out there and hike around there. Well, three of us did, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Have those memories.
Yeah, we have memories. And we're going to make new memories. And watching some of the people that go to Disney places like this, Adam Hatchett, Hattan, I think is how his name. Anyway, he usually goes with his best friend, guy friend. He's gay, and they're just friends. But he went to Tokyo by himself. I said, he's way younger than I am, late 30s, probably. But anyway, I said, and then I watched a few other people, and they're solo travelers. I said, if they can do solo traveling, so can I. But then there's times when you want someone to go with you. So I would be a little more cautious on my solo traveling. I probably, by myself, would not take the train all the way into Tokyo Disney. It's a total of about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what station you're picking up from. And so I said I would do the other thing, But anyway, y'all, it's been an hour and a half almost, and we're out of topics. We're repeating ourselves again. So,
Yep.
so if we'll see y'all Friday on Taste Said Friday, 6 o'clock. Is Scott coming on tonight or anybody we need to promote?
I have no idea. I didn't see anything.
Okay, because sometimes Scott's on Wednesdays.
I didn't.
I haven't looked.
Check my charger. It says charger. It's not wiggling.
Because if he's on, he's either on now or on in 30 minutes.
So I'm trying to check here. I'm going to add that to my list for the next time I go to the dollar store, get another long charging cable. Because this one, my long one, I wrecked.
Uh-oh.
I got up to one night and I knocked my phone down, but when it landed, it bent the cable thing.
Oh, okay.
Easier if I just typed in the channel. Come on, I want the channel.
Trade with confidence and
No,
reduce your online trading fees.
I don't need an advertisement.
But tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, we're going to go over to Michael Ann Spoiled Mama's channel.
Yep. Yes, he's live right now.
Okay, so we're going over. Okay. All right, we'll get off and go watch Controversial Cruising. He probably started at 7.
He's on with Warm Strong Adventures. Talking about, are these age restrictions unfair? Cruising under the what?
I don't know. We'll go watch Scott, everyone. Y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.